Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another live match of the day Watchalong. And if anyone says, I know Arsenal haven't played today, that's not a problem because obviously, as I say, even when we don't play Saturdays or whatever, we still obviously do this, obviously keep an eye on our rival, keep an eye on Haaland, the robot, and just talk about the controversial points of the day, basically. It's all about any drama, any goals, things like that. There's a lot of goals to go through tonight, trust me. But yeah, we are here. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe, do smash that like button, and do share the content around. It does massively help the channel get noticed a lot more regularly than it would do normally. And it's greatly appreciated by myself, obviously. And then also we are doing, just before we get into it, we are doing a Arsenal v Liverpool live watch along tomorrow from 4 o'clock. Me and a few of the guys getting together and gonna go through the teams and hopefully get behind our team, unlike others being negative Nantes. Oh, we're only gonna get a draw. Face it, Ryan, it's Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool, who are, apart from Bournemouth aside, shite this season. A Liverpool that literally at home conceded 3 goals to Brighton, who, as we've seen today, weren't that shit hot on it, basically, so we say. But yeah, they're gonna get a draw against us. Yeah, the attack isn't on it at all. They've got injuries galore. But yeah, we're not gonna win. It'll be a draw. If we draw tomorrow, we're not. This is another thing. Certain people are saying we're going to draw tomorrow. It's just like whatever. But if we draw tomorrow, we're not getting top 3. Man, are you fucking mad? It's just pissing me off. Not match day 9 technically for most of us, and it's fucking complained galore. I was like, just sit down, relax, enjoy the season. You might actually enjoy the games. It might actually surprise you. But yeah. Oh dear. It is what it is. I think we'll win tomorrow. We're at home. Home crowd be absolutely buzzing for it. And Liverpool was blood. His blood. They are vulnerable, and we saw last week. Every time Brighton attacked, every time Liverpool looked like they were shitting the bed. And now imagine that with Jesus, Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, Fabio Vieira coming on, and all that. Granit Xhaka, Partey, etc., even Saliba. Imagine all that going out Liverpool's defence as they are. But no, we're not going, are we? Fucking idiots. We'll get onto that. I'll give my predictions for that tomorrow, and we'll get onto all that during the stream if you guys want to. But there's a few of you already in the chat. Big up to yourselves. We've got Mr. Tom says Haaland only 6 goals this week. Fraud. I mean, hello everyone. Got the Arsenal misfit as well. Steve saying hi everyone. I'm working right now, just listening. That's cool. Hope you're not working too hard. Obviously, don't run yourself into the ground that much. And Mr. Bungle's just joined us as well. Said, "Ride me on, muck." Bloody hell. How you doing, Mr. Bungle? I hope you're keeping well. And what meal deals are we going to be talking about this week during the stream, today or tomorrow? Just out of interest, just so I'm prepared. And as you can see, it's hoodie season now here in the UK. The temperature has massively dropped, and it's that time of year where I have to wear hoodie. Otherwise, I feel the chill and I don't like it. Especially with how I've been feeling the last few days of my health. Not the best idea not to wear a hoodie when the temperature drops this time of night. Oh dear. But I hope you're all keeping well anyway. And yeah, Mr. Tom, out of interest, Leeds, are these playing tomorrow? Just because I can't remember now. You either playing tomorrow or Monday, I believe. Because there's tomorrow. There's 4 games tomorrow. I know that. There's us v Liverpool, West Ham are playing Fulham, and Everton are playing United. But aside from that, there's a can't remember the 4th game was. So just what I would ask. Match of the day is just kicking off. They're rolling their titles and all that. I don't like the titles anyway. Obviously, the music's music, but they kept it too same in this, yeah, for me. But anyway, it is what it is. Oh, dear. Away at Palace tomorrow. Oh, that'll be a tough game. That'll be an interesting game, but it'll be a tough one from both sides. Let's say, what was it? I'm trying to think now. 4, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 goals today in 5 games. Oh, and first up is Newcastle versus Brentford. Newcastle United at St James's Park have revived Newcastle from a stark contrast from a year ago. Well, this time last year, at this point, no wins. I think like 1 point. I think they're only a point on the board, if that, at this point of the season. And I think it's like this. I think this weekend, this weekend itself is the anniversary. The year anniversary, a year on from when the new owners of Newcastle took over from Mike Ashley, and the revival at Newcastle had begun. Let's get the scoreboard up now. For anyone that doesn't know, that was the score today, but we're going to go through what's the goal. I haven't seen any of the goals from this game at all. I know there's a goal disallowed. At 0-0, there was a goal disallowed. I know that, but I don't think there might have been another one. I can't remember now. That scoreline doesn't look good for Brentford. Let's put it this way: second season syndrome really has kicked in this season for Brentford. We wanted them to do well again this season, obviously not just stay up, but like be around the mid-table mark and really consolidate themselves as a Premier League club and move on for the 3rd season. But it's going to look like to be a topsy-turvy one for them this year. Mr. Bungle says I had a 10-piece mini fillet bucket and 2. What's that? Oh, good second David there. Kentucky mayo wraps and 4 spicy wing sides came to a grand total of 11. I thought that's 10-piece mini. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. I'm reading it out, and I said before he saw the price, I was like, bloody, this could have cost on my leg. No, that's not too bad actually, pricing wise. Oh, there you go. This is the goal that got taken offside, ruled out, I believe, in Boimwe with the goal. Yeah. Mr. Tom says Sergio Ramos was sent off. I saw this. Andrew mentioned this on Twitter that he got sent off. I was like, I wondered when I looked at it at half time at 0-0. But yeah, he got sent off again. 28th in his career, though. Bloody hell. That is a mad thing, mad stat to have. I personally wouldn't be proud of it. No matter what you've accomplished in your career, the Champions League winner and all that, and La Liga and etc., etc., that would be one sort of record you'd never want. Well, there's a appeal to a penalty here. Let's have a look. It's a natural, yeah. Idiots. Corner, whipped in. But how much space did you how much space did they want to give him? Bruno Gimenez, but literally all on his own. No one marking him, no one even trying to clock on. Oh, there he is. I'm going to try and stop him. That was poor defending. Literally, he is pulled away from his. He's just running into the box. He's just running into the box. No one about. No one's switched onto it. He just runs into space. First time header, bang, 1-0. Mr. Bong was saying, what's your prediction for the Arsenal game tomorrow? Which I will be doing a watch on for that. So I hope I see you in the chat tomorrow, Mr. Bungle. I'm going for a 3-0 home win. I think we get our first goal in the first 20 minutes. Within the first 20 minutes, we got our first goal, and then we go in. We're going at 1-0, but we're dominating. The thing is, we dominate, and we're knocking at the door, and we will either get the second goal just before half time, or just after, like we did last week, and then it'll be again dominate, and get the third, and then that'll be it, game over. I just think, again, we're at home. We haven't had any travelling. We've got no injuries. Fresh ones anyway. Zinchenko's 50-50. He's having a late fitness test, apparently, according to reports. But I say, the main thing is we've had no travelling in this week or last weekend. Bloody hell, what was that? Easy goal for fucking Jacob Murphy. Jesus, 2-0. I just, well, all that, but the fact I'm going to say, we are at home. The crowd is going to be absolutely buzzing tomorrow as well because of that. How things have gone this season, and the fact it is a Liverpool big game and all that, and the fans will want to see the lads put it on Liverpool and humble them once and for all. I've seen too many fucking TikTok twats going like Liverpool fans going, we've been playing shit all season, but wait till we go to the Emirates and humble Arsenal. Like, seriously. You just about get past fucking Rangers, with all due respect to Rangers here. Like, come on. No, I'll be here, Mr. Bungle, doing the watchalong with hopefully Gary and a couple others. Tomorrow from 4:00. I'm saying the place will be absolutely the Emirates. Going by how the fan base has been at the Emirates and match days throughout the season so far, the place is going to be absolutely rocking. I have no doubt about it. Stefan's in the chat. Big up Stefan as well. But I have no doubt Ivan Toney the penalty straight down the middle. But begging for his bloody fans to be a bit more louder, get beyond the team. And then they don't fucking give them a reason to be louder, as you see by the scoreboard. He just got penalty today. And fucking Celtic got a last second winner. So there's certain things that often comes to the SPL in life. And it's the sky's blue, the grass is green. Celtic Rangers get penalties, Celtic get last minute winners. But as we've seen, I'll go back to the crowd side of things about the Emirates tomorrow. I think we've seen as well this season the home crowd, when playing at home, against whoever we play, no matter how big or small, the players feed off that atmosphere, that excitement. Basically, they are using that to get them through games and give them that extra level push and get more out of themselves. Stefan, I kind of went bonkers when winning. Oh dear, Stefan. It's been a good day. Was it Ipswich won today, didn't they? As well. So it's been a good day for you as well, from your own perspective. Not been a bad day for you. What was that? Bloody hell, 4-1, and that's like the easiest of the fucking bunch, Roy. Ammo on the goal there. But got into the ground to get his Paraguayan flag or whatever from a fan. But what was that from David Raya and Brentford? What? David, Oh my God, there's no one switching on there. Bloody hell. No communication whatsoever. David Ray passes it to the defender. Defender wants to pass it back. He doesn't read it. M1 does. Bang. 3-1. 3-1, 4-1, sorry. Well, Ipswich Town actually won as well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been a really good day for yourself. 2-1, 3-1, I think it was in the end. 1-0 down, but came back and won the game. Oh my God, I say that the last one was an easy goal. My God. It's going to be a long season. It's going to be a long season for Brentford. What did I say earlier? About the second season syndrome kicking in for Brentford, and it's going to be an up and down, literal roller coaster for them. And it could be a case of it if they do stay up, by the skin of their teeth, defending like this. Oh, each to their own, Stefan. Whatever floats your boat. Understandably, no matter who you're playing, you're always going to be. If your team's losing 1-0, you're always going to be pissed off. If Arsenal playing tomorrow, and if we do go 1-0 down to Liverpool, I will be pissed off until we get 1-1 and 2-1 and 3-1 and batter the fuck out of the Scouse twats. Touch wood. But apart from that, yeah. Oh, dear my eyes. Yeah, as I was saying at the start of the stream before this all started, personally, back tomorrow, unlike a certain other person I know that I literally just bawled out on fucking Twitter before I went live. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think we will win. I think we win comfortably. Because the way we've gone about things this season, and it's, again, I keep saying it, we're at home. The fucking crowd's fucking amazing. And the players feed off that. And Liverpool, we saw it last week. We've seen it all, apart from Bournemouth a few weeks ago. Apart from that, every team that's played Liverpool has made them look like shite, made them look vulnerable every time the opponent attacks them. I mean, even a makeshift Man United team beat Liverpool. Now, if they can do it, why can't pretty much full strength Arsenal do it tomorrow? And we've got the added motivation now. With Man City winning today, spoilers alert. We've got the added motivation of knowing if we win, we're back to the top anyway for another week. Oh dear. And now we're compounding more misery onto the Scouse bastards. And mate, imagine this. Obviously, it's been a bad season so far as it is. If no matter what sort of defeat, if it's close, 1-0, 2-1, 2-0 win, whatever, to Arsenal, and then they get battered and shown up by Man City next week, or they even if they get battered tomorrow and then battered next week, how much longer does the Liverpool board give Jurgen? How much credit in the bank has he got before the owners shit the bed and hit the panic button? Stefan, behave yourself. I thought Arsenal would beat. To be honest, anyway, we should have done on the day. Look, apart from two, I keep saying this. Apart from two moments where the players switched off in the last 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Apart from that, two moments, we dominated that game. With a goal taken off wrongly, in my opinion, no matter what anyone says, the goals were taken off us wrongly. That stands as a completely different game anyway. But either way, we still go on to dominate. We get ourselves back in the game. We are dominating still for the next 10 minutes or so. before we fucked up. On another day, we win that game comfortably. But look, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some nowadays. You can't always go unbeaten, guys. Come on. Oh dear, it is what it is. But since then, it was after what impressed me most about this team in the league, anyway, was the reaction. Next game, Brentford, bang. It was away from home as well. But went there, bang, 3-0, got in, got out, got the points. And ever since then, we've kept on winning. We've won all our games since. Got one game postponed because of what happened. That was Everton. But all the other games we have won. Last week, the first big games against United in a month or so, yeah? Went out, got the job, dominated, got the job done, got 3 points, got in, got out. It's clearly massive improvement in this squad, in this team. And as soon as certain people realise that, the better. And stop moaning and fucking finding the negatives and everything. They enjoy their lives. We got Colin in the chat as well. Colin's here as well. It says, "Hi Ryan, how's it going, bro? I'm good. How are you doing yourself? You looking forward to tomorrow?" We've now got Man City versus Southampton. But yeah, I'm good. I'm all good. As I say, it's hoodie season, so I've got my hoodie on, and yeah. Oh my God. And I've got now pins in my foot. Yay. Bloody hell. First minute, fucking hell, I said such a shot like that. Oh my God. Against the former Man City goalkeeper as well, who City sold to Southampton in the summer. Oh dear. Out, pins. Outside of the boot from Gonzalo. Oh my God, Mahrez fucking serious. Every chance. Considering Mahrez, he's a great player, but since he's got to City, since he joined City, he's become a player that needs like 3 or 4 opportunities before he scores. Oh, Foden, Haaland hit the post. Oh my God. So if that was last week, that was a goal. But he hits the post today. 3-1 goal, just beat the goalkeeper, beats the goalkeeper, keeper gets nothing, no hands to it, no nothing to it. Hits the post, goes across the line, and bounces out for a goal kick. It's just wow. Oh, dude, you got to laugh. Oh, that's a nice challenge on Foden. Bloody hell. Cancelo. 1-0. The left wing back scored for Man City, first goal. Good goal as well, actually. Well taken. Because Haaland scored today. Put BBC One on and you'll find out. I'm feeling confident about tomorrow for one reason. Liverpool haven't shown me anything to think otherwise. That's my point. You've got a certain person. It's obviously he is up to the channel, but it follows me as well. Just being negative constantly. He has to be. I don't get why he has to be so fucking negative all the time. He can never be positive about anything. It pisses me off. The amount of times I've literally in what we are. It's match day 9, yeah. Going into pre-season as well. For the last 3-4 months, the amount of times I've had to ball the prick out publicly for these stupid fucking comments It's ridiculous. That's a great goal from Foden, really well taken. No, but it's just going back to the guy. It's fucking ridiculous. That's to be fun and negatives and everything. He's like, because he follows a certain person, lives in Spain. He has to be copying. Like, fucking have your own fucking thoughts, your own ideas. And it got to a point today. Fucking, I've seen a comment goes, "We'll draw tomorrow, and we won't get third." And I've just lost the plot. I was like, and he comes back. He's responsible. I've gone in on him. Like, fucking, why can't you just? Literally said, why can't you just enjoy what you're seeing on a week-to-week basis? The fact that we are top of the league, well, until today, top of the league. We're winning games apart from one. 8 wins. Was it 8 wins out of 7 wins out of 8, or 8 wins out of 9 we've had? Sorry, and it's just that's just the league alone. That's not including the couple of league games and all that. And you're fighting. It's like you're looking for the negatives. Just sit back, enjoy for what it is. You never know, they might surprise you. You might enjoy your life as well. Fucking hell. He comes back and goes, just face it, we're gonna draw tomorrow. What suggests? Okay, like Colin says, what does it? Does anything that you've seen from Liverpool this season? Bournemouth aside, because Bournemouth. That's Scotty Parker Bournemouth as well. Does anything suggest Liverpool going to give us any trouble tomorrow? Offensively, defensively, in the midfield, whatsoever. The fucking loan, the midfielder that brought in on loan is out for 4 months now. He's got to have surgery apparently. After Merlo, fucking, we've avoided a fucking clanger there, haven't we? How many chances does Holland fucking need today? Jesus Christ! Hit the post, drag that way wide of the post there. Fucking hell. Behave. Stephen saying, I think Liverpool hit a level when they won the league. Difficult to maintain. Exactly, especially when you've got a club like this. When you've got a club like Man City that can literally buy the success that they've bought and outspend you and outmove you in any which way they can, it gets draining. And for the players that have competed at that level with this. So there you go. There's Haaland's goal. There you go. He got a goal eventually today. When you've got that team that's been competitive for Liverpool since the season before they won the league, the year they won the league, and since, and domestically, all they've achieved since winning the league title domestically is an FA Cup and a League Cup. Since they haven't managed to win anything more domestically apart from them two things last season as well. And the league title wise, they literally yielded the defence of the title, and then haven't really pushed City when it mattered. I mean, people go, well, they went down to the last game of the season, but when it mattered, it was like the games itself, Man City, Liverpool itself, and Liverpool City respectively. They didn't really go there. They didn't really go out for the wins. They played into City's hands in fear, and they were, especially last season's one, Man City Liverpool near the end of the season in April. That game effectively decided where the title was going. If Liverpool had won that game, and they still got the results they got afterwards, they would have won the title. But it is what it is. Colin's saying, I remember the stream we did for United v Liverpool, and we both thought Liverpool would put 6 past them. Going by last season, we were going on off of last season, the fact that it was United as well. They just lost to Brighton and Brentford respectively. And this is like everything was going wrong for them at the time. And it was Liverpool. It was because it was Liverpool. We become accustomed to it at that point. It was only like 3 games in. He was expecting a reaction because they already dropped 4 points in the first 2 games. So you was expecting a reaction from Liverpool because that's what we've become accustomed to under Klopp. And they just, and I know they've had injuries, they've still got injuries, etc. to their squad, but they showed nothing, and they just allowed United the world basically that night. And we all know what happened there, as you say. Haaland only bagged one again. Yeah. That says that, and that again, in terms of we'll talk about United for a second there as well. Last Sunday, Haaland gets a hat trick and 2 assists. 1 or 2 assists he got, along with his hat trick. And that's Man United. Fast forward to today, 1 goal, that's it. No assists, no nothing else. It's like, what are you watching? What is going on? Oh, dear, but you gotta laugh. You don't laugh, you cry. Oh, yawning wipes. Oh, dear. You know you're ill when you're fucking yawning like you have been. Like I'm just doing now. And doing that. And I've got my bloody soothers as well on standby. If you haven't already, guys, do smash that like button as well. Absolutely obliterate the like button if you haven't already. And I keep saying, do share the content around because it does massively help the channel get noticed and a lot more via YouTube itself as well. By their algorithm and all that jazz. It massively helps, and it'll be massively appreciated by me. Stephen's be right back. No problem, mate. I think Stefan's one of my mods. So Stefan gone off for a second. If Stefan can get a link, he's more than welcome to put the link in the chat, as long as it's a YouTube one and all that, nothing dodgy. Southampton, going back to this though, before they move on to the next game, Southampton's, not just today, but in general, it's such a bipolar team this season. 1-0 up against match day one. 1-0 up against Tottenham. Throw it away, lose 4-1, play like crap for the rest of the game. They're playing against teams they should beat, and either drawing or losing. Playing at home, then play at home to Chelsea, a big game. Playing one of the big boys, and beat them. And previous to that, they played United a few days prior. Again, no matter what we think of United shouldn't be struggling against Southampton, but they did. And Southampton were unlucky. They should have got at least a point, if not the win, out of that game. And apart from today, this is the first time this season I come up against a big team and played crap. I don't include Tottenham, by the way. But again, it's the teams they should be looking to get points out of in terms of 3 points and wins here and there. It's the teams in and around them in the league table that they're struggling. They are struggling against the Villas of this world and all that. And I think, like I was saying about Brentford before, I think again this season will be a very it does seem it's going to be a very long season unless Southampton bite the bullet, the owners bite the bullet with Hasenhüttl, because I think his time's run out now, if you ask me. Just go to if it's a YouTube what's that? If it's a YouTube channel, Stefan, just go to the channel, find the most recent video, and I'll show you now. Actually, for example, it was this stream now, yeah. So you're now live on my channel, right? 1 second. Got to my volume down so I don't get playback on my thing. Well, it's Wolves versus Chelsea next. Woohoo! Oh, he's found it. Mr. Bungle's found it. No problem. No problem. Don't have to worry about that. Actually, I'll say anyway. Right, we've got the adverts, so 1 sec. So if you're on the phone, 1 second, it's next to the live stream. It's where it says share, press that, and it gives you the options of copy link, WhatsApp, etc., all that crap. Press copy link, and it copies to your phone, and then just you can share it into wherever you want, basically. Sorry, next game up is this game: Chelsea versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Managerless Wolverhampton, by the way, because they sacked their manager last Sunday. Poor shot. I'm going to get a poor shot. The genius of Haaland's movement doesn't get spoken about enough. Foden doesn't even look to check if he's position. If he's in position, he just knows he's going to be there. No, exactly, yeah. And that's something they've built. That's a telepathy they've built, not just between them two, but in general, between Haaland and the rest of his teammates over the course of the pre-season and going into the season. Because they know no matter what, he will be somewhere in that penalty box. He won't just stand there and wait for the ball to come to him. He'll move all over the place. Keep the defenders on their toes and look for the space and get in the space at the right moment, at the right time, and bang. What do you think the odds, out of interest? Talk about teams going down, or could be going down, whatever. If the ownership doesn't get it right for the next appointment, or it takes too long before they make the appointment, or when I say too long, 2-3 more weeks before they make an appointment, where they could put themselves in serious trouble here, than what they already are in. What are the chances Wolves actually get relegated? If they don't get their next appointment right and quick. I think, and the thing is, whoever they do bring in as well, because of the squad they're inheriting now, they're gonna have to give the guy the time. No matter what happens this season, they're gonna have to give the guy the time to rebuild this squad again, because certain players are coming to the end of their time, so we say, and they need replacing. Oh my God, what a fucking defender was that? Jesus. Poor defending or goalkeeping. Like, what the fuck was that? When Kai Havertz is pretty much standing on the ground and heads the ball back to where it came from, and like No pressure. Let's look at it again. Mason Mount. I mean, look. No real pressure on him making that header there. And Jose Sarr just rooted to the spot. But hey. That's a poor goal to give away, if you ask me anyway. Is Mendy injured, by the way? Or has he just been dropped by Graham Potter? Oh dear. Fuck me again, poor defending, literally. Come on. That was so avoidable and for so many ways was that avoidable. And then the Wolves just step off, and do nothing. Literally do nothing to stop this happening. And he gets past two, squeezes in between two defenders, gets the ball under his feet, and just delicately chips it away from the goalkeeper and bang in the goal. Oh, Costa. Oh, Diego Costa's been subbed off. The BBC thought, you know what? Fuck it, we'll just show him being subbed off and getting a round of applause from Chelsea fans. It's not about the game. Poor attack. With an even poorer shot. And Broja with the goal. Easy goal again. Pathetic defending and goalkeeping. And again, Wolves are in trouble. Big trouble.
So I think we're getting used to the way that he works and the way that we're functioning as a team. I think we look really strong in the attack, but also clean sheets are really for us. So I like the way that the team is working at the moment. And, it's just about finding some consistency and just keep going. Especially JP, and I know the result has gone against you, but what you be major? I mean, can you believe your manager in the Premier League?
Right. Anyway. Who's up next? I think now. Oh, Bournemouth Leicester. There you go. So the Spuds are on last. Woohoo! What? I choked to death. Colin saying Wolves haven't recovered from Nuno's bitter leaving, in my opinion. Well, even that, like, what's that? Oh dear. Sorry, even in his last season, Nuno's last season at Wolves, they were poor to the usual standards we've seen when we saw them under Nuno. And I think he realised that, and maybe he realised at the same time it was a good time for him to leave on his terms and not try and stick it out and potentially that form carry over into the following season and actually be sacked. Even though he did get sacked the following season at Tottenham, that doesn't matter. But it is what it is on that side of things. I think, as I say, I think he just wanted to save face, but obviously went in with Tottenham, and we all know what happened there. But yeah, as a club, they haven't really. They looked like they were doing well. Because at the start of Bruno Large's start to his reign at Wolves, playing some good some decent football, looking promising. And again, the last knockings of last season, they just put the handbrake on and fell off a cliff, basically. And they've continued that form into this season when they're now in the bottom three. Second, they're falling into the bottom three itself. They sacked the guy. Oh dear. Big up Craig. Got Craig AFC87 in the chat. Big up yourself. Thank you for a while, my friend, in the chat. Hope you're keeping well, looking after yourself. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game. I love it. Oh no! I'd love to find out who this is. Actually, I'd love to find out who this is. Oh dear. But big for me, and again, I'm a neutral fan. It's all about going back to Wolves there for a second. For me, if I'm a Wolves fan, the worrying point for me at the would be when they let Connor Cody go out on loan to Everton out of the blue, and never be replaced him. It's Troy. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. As I say, I love the name. I'm loving the name. New profile name. Loving it. Oh dear. Now, I say they never really replaced Connor Cody. Then they let him go they didn't go out on loan. Clearly don't want him there. He doesn't want to be there, etc., etc. And just they didn't replace him. Like what he brought to what he would bring to the team, they didn't replace that. You got to also take into consideration Jimenez has never been the same since he got the head injury and recovered, and obviously made the recovery from that. Since he's come back from that, he's never been the same again since. And you could put that down to basic. Maybe he's playing with a bit of fear for his life now, because obviously with what happened, if anyone can't remember, obviously playing against Arsenal, him and David Luiz head clash, and he got rushed to hospital unconscious and had to have a surgery on his brain basically to stop bleed and repair his skull. And then he had to recover. He was out for the rest of the season, had to recover and come back. I think now, last year, about this time last year, he made a comeback. Maybe a bit later on down the line, but still. Yeah, he's never been the same since. There's Raul Jimenez we had before. for me, getting Diego Costa, that for me makes no sense. Yes, he's an experienced striker, sorry, of the league, and he knows the league. But what was that? You're not going to get the same Diego Costa from 4 or 5 years ago. That was at Chelsea. And for me, it just made no sense. The guy went from Chelsea to Atletico. Was never the same at Atletico either. It's a start off all right, and just went to the point where they let him go, cancelled his contract and let him go halfway through a season. The title winning season, halfway through the title winning season, Atletico went, "No, I don't need you. Piss off." That should have been speaking volumes to Wolves. And he spent the last year and a half prior to going to Wolves, I think, in the Super League, Chinese Super League. And even then, it hasn't worked out for itself. You mean the fat bloke? What are we on about now? Even Mr. Bungle's asking, what fat bloke? Help us out then, Stefan. Craig OC87 saying for me, Arsenal have to score first tomorrow. I'm confident we'll win 2-1. Oh, I've said Arsenal. I think Arsenal will win 3-0 tomorrow. Either 3-0 or 3-1. Craig again saying my 11 for tomorrow will be Ramsdale, Tierney, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Going back to what I said about Conor Cody before, to let him go on loan seemed a mad move. Conor is decent. Yeah, it just seemed that he didn't want to be there. They didn't want him either. But just let him go out on loan, but to not just out on loan, but to a basic rival as well. That you've got to be scrapping it in around the league with. It made no sense. But then to do all that and then not replace it for what he was bringing to that Wolves squad, not just as a player, but as a leader and everything. They just didn't replace him at all, which is just bizarre. But let's go up, by the way. Bournemouth Leicester just started. I think Jackie Oakley's a commentator as well. Leicester in their white shirts, mainly white shirt, gold-ish looking shorts. I'm saying goldish looking. It's not like pure, not like proper gold. Like we've done in the book before. Oh, there you go, 1-0 Leicester. Bit of bouncing about, and Daka finally puts the ball in the net, but a few bouncing about of the ball, and he's just forced to him. He just whacks it into the goal. So my worry for Graham Potter is when he has his first summer window, because the Chelsea owners don't strike me as competent in the transfer market. No, they showed back in this window with Tuchel, they're more of a we need to show that we have money. Oh, we want your player. He's a big name. How much? Overpriced? Sure, you have him. We'll have him basically. Because who's paying? What was it? How much did they pay for Koulibaly? He's 32, going on 33. Brendan Rodgers walking away from to get relegated to Leicester. Oh yeah, the 10 in a row to get relegated. Then a few years later with Leicester City. Well, yeah, I don't get how he survived this long. Yeah, he's now won a game. He's won one game all season. That was against Nottingham Forest, for fuck's sake. And he's gone to fucking Bournemouth today, 1-0 up, and they lose. If Arsenal signs Zavic in January, that would make a statement. You'll never know. It depends on what. That's penalty Bournemouth. What's going on? Let's get the score up 1 second. There we go. You know, because in terms of our transfer, someone like Zavic, yeah, that would be a massive statement if we are in either in a title race or in a strong position in that top four, and looks like we just want to sign some players to consolidate, and not just consolidate for the season, but to improve going forward beyond the season. Someone like Savage would be a massive statement. Huge, especially for the winter window. There you go. Bidding finally puts the ball in net. 1-1. Poor defending, but even worse goalkeeping. I'm sorry. Rodgers will not walk. No, he won't walk. He'll be sacked. He wants the payout. He'd want the payday. If he's gonna get, if he sees himself knowing that he ain't gonna be here, but because if he was gonna walk, he would have walked 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks ago. At the very least, 2 weeks ago would have been the point he walked. But he wants the severance pay for being sacked. Fucking no. I'm sorry. What? I gotta say, poor goal. As I said before, poor goalkeeper now, because Danny Ward gets a hand to it. He gets a hand to it, a proper hand to it. And he still goes in. What decent goalkeeper worth their salt can get the full hand to a shot and it's still going? I mean, what the fuck was that from Danny Ward? Jesus Christ! I mean, the defending is poor again, but fuck me, what was this? Star jump! Jesus Christ! There's another one in Leicester. They let out of nowhere. Casper Schmeichel, they let him go out of nowhere. Just, sure, why not? And they replaced him with the number 2 that wasn't good enough to push him as number when Schmeichel was there as number 1. I don't know why they're in the trouble they're in. The reason he walked away from Celtic, Stefan, because he wanted to come back to the Premier League. The option came. He knew he was never going to be sacked by. There's no way he could be sacked at that time by Celtic at that point in the season. So he basically sucked it up. He knew he was getting paid anyway from another job. So he thought, you know what? Let me go now. X, Y, and Z. This is a position now where he hasn't got a job lined up anywhere else. It ain't nothing good for him. And as I say, because he ain't got another job lined up, he'll want that severance pay. Craig saying, I can honestly say I never imagined Arsenal would be 11 points clear of Liverpool at this stage of the season. No, neither. Especially this season, anyway. Especially this season. At no point did I think it would be 11 points clear, but potentially with a chance tomorrow going 14 points clear. If we win tomorrow, we're 14 points clear of Liverpool. That's mad, and it could be. And if we win tomorrow, that's 14. And then they're playing Man City next week. So if they lose next week as well, they could effectively lose. If Liverpool do lose tomorrow and next week against City, and we obviously win tomorrow and win our game next Sunday, we could potentially be 17 points ahead of the bastards. That's mad. And it's what? 10, 11 games into the season at that point. That's crazy. I'll take it, but that's crazy. Look, we do our thing tomorrow. All we got to do, we're 11 points clear as we speak, yeah? Let's not worry about that as a whole. It's fantastic. Let's just do our thing. And if we do win tomorrow, let's just say we're 14 points clear. We've just got to hope the players do their job. Don't get cocksure, don't show Liverpool any disrespect, but don't show them too much respect either. Just go out there and do what we've been doing all season and get the job done and get the 3 points on the board. and keep that pressure off us from the media and all that. Danny Ward wasn't good enough at Aberdeen. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, he was at Aberdeen, wasn't he? Who was he at before? Because he became when Leicester won the title. When Leicester won the league title, that's somewhere they're going into as a defending champions. Is when they signed him. Where's that going from? Was it actually Aberdeen? Fucking hell. And yet he's playing as number one for Leicester City. Absolute shambles, mate. It's pathetic. He's the typical old school pathetic goalkeeper that would just it's shite. Period. It's shite. I'd be a better option as a goalkeeper for fucking Leicester City than him. And look at me. I'm not in a physical position to say I'm a footballer or even a goalkeeper, for fuck's sake. But I'll do a better job than him. Plus, I'm 30 fucking 3. My footballing career today would be. Just think if Arsenal beat tomorrow, yeah, it is crazy. But as I say, we go into that game, hope the players don't have that in the back of their mind to switch off from that until the 90th minute, until the full-time whistle goes. Then they can enjoy it. Oh no, Troy, what did you change your name back for? I liked your old name. Oh, no more apple crumble. Even Stefan saying that's a crazy cut between Arsenal and Liverpool. Yeah, it is. And I'm honest enough to say it is, but I'm taking it for what it is. I'm enjoying it. And as I say, if we do our job tomorrow, we don't get complacent, we win. Fantastic. As I say, 14 points clear. You can't complain of Liverpool anyway. You can't complain, and it's crazy. We could potentially win tomorrow. Be 14 points clear of Liverpool, and effectively, in terms of the league anyway, and end Liverpool's league outing basically after 10 games. Whatever how many games it's been now. That is absolutely fucking bizarre. And I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it because I can't stand Liverpool fans. Can't stand them. Oh, look at this fucking bullshit up there. It's the last game of the lane, by the way. Last game of the show. Right, versus that lot. And Brighton decided to half turn up this week. Have the possession, but do fuck all with it. Shit themselves in the final third. Poor defending. What is your question from Craig? What is your all-time favourite Arsenal winning the league title at the ground? Mine is Anfield '89. Was again for me. I was only 6. Make you feel a bit old, even though you probably go by your profile name. You're only a couple of years older than me. I was 6 days old. I was only 6 days old when Arsenal won the league at Anfield. Still, obviously, as I got older and got into supporting Arsenal and done look back over the history and all that. Obviously, that does being I was alive when they achieved the impossible. It does hold a special part of me. But for me, out of the league titles I've witnessed, winning the league in 2002 at Old Trafford, just because Oh, no, I was what was I? About 11? I think there's 2002. So 89, 99, we 10, 11, 12. Going on 12. Oh, I was 11 going on 12 when we went literally early May as well. So yeah, 11, still 11 at the time. A few weeks away from my 12th birthday. But as a young lad at the time, bloody hell, I make myself feel old now. And going to my team going away to the title our title rivals, the only team that could stop us from winning the league, and not just taking it, winning it, but winning it in our own backyard, winning it in their backyard as well. And then having the players come back out after all the home fans have been let go, but the away fans have been locked in because of the circumstances. And the fact that the players knew that, and they went back out afterwards and celebrated with the fans. And when they got, obviously, I loved that away shirt that season as well. The gold shirt, Sega and all that. But yeah, for me, it's 11 going on 12 at the time. We were confirmed champions against the title. The only team that could stop us from winning the league. Anyway, but on their turf. That for me, even though we obviously a couple of years later, 2 years later, going to when they got White Hart Lane, and that's obviously Tottenham, and it's really for the second time in our history, the club's history, to do that and witness that. As I say, that's a different kind of feeling, because obviously, yeah, fantastic, won a league, and it was at their ground, and it was second time they've had to witness that, most of their fans as well. They weren't a title rival. It was just a cherry on the top of it. Just nice to win the title at their place, to rub it in how good we were at the time compared to them. They were relegation they were a team fighting for relegation, fighting for survival from relegation every season, whereas we were going for the title, and it was just a nice sort of rub it in the face at the time sort of thing. Whereas old Trafford 2 years prior, it was against, like Anfield '89, it was against the only team that could stop us from winning the league. And it's a rival that had been built up over the years as well. They just shut them up for a year, to be honest. Yeah, Neville even said Arsenal's team in '98 was his best. Not because we're so fit. That '98 team had a bit of everything. They had the physicality of Arsenal that Wenger had hinted. Wenger inherited from like the old school players, the Bowles, the Adams, the Keowns, Winterburns, and all that, and Dixon's as well, mixed with what he wanted to bring, not just the physical side, but the fluidity of the football, the sexiness, and this, that, and the other, and the pleasing on the eye, attractive attacking football as well. It was a mixture of the both, that '98 team. 2002, you could see we're starting to move away, not completely away from the physical side of the game. We still had that physicality, but not to the same as the '98 team. But it was more of a team being built that was pleasing on the eye to watch throughout the entire spine, basically, from back to front. Which then, obviously, 2 years later, the invincible season and all that. But the type of football we went on to play in that invincible season was part of the end game for where Wenger wanted to get that team playing to. There's major differences that and all of them, but yeah, a very underrated one. I think it's been mentioned. It's been mentioned on Twitter in the last few days as well. I've mentioned it on the channel before. We did podcasts on this about well over a year ago actually. Where I did a podcast doing like a comparing of Arsenal's title winning teams from 71 up to present day. So the 71, 89, 91 to the 98, 2002, 2004 teams. And even at the time, even what else you mentioned this week by Kevin Campbell and a few others, the 91 team goes for, don't know why. I don't get why. Even from the club itself, doesn't get the recognition like the other title wins though. The 71 title winning team gets more. Rightly so. In terms of recognition, every title winning team will get recognition. But my point is, the likes of the 71 teams, the 71 team and all that, they get more recognition than the 91 team. The 91 team, because they only lost one game that season, and had the best defensive record, most clean sheets, broke all these records, doesn't really get mentioned by a club or anyone really in general, apart from the players that took part in that season. From an Arsenal perspective, I mean, it doesn't really get celebrated. I mean, what was that, 91, yeah? So 2001 would have been the 10-year anniversary. No mention of it at the time. 2001, 2011. The 10-11 season would have been the 20th anniversary. Again, 20th anniversary, no celebration of it at all. No mention of it. That's 2011 went out. Then the 2021 season would have been the 30th. Again, 30th. No mention. No recognition for it. No nothing. Yet we've had the 50th anniversary recently of the 71 team. Rightly so. Recognised. We did our own thing on the channel. Arsenal decided to do the last season's away kit as the anniversary, even though it was the anniversary of the previous season. To be the nod towards the that title winning team. But they did things as well. Even last season, they brought the players, the surviving players. They brought them to the Emirates throughout the season and made big events of it all. The 1918 gets mentioned, 2002, as I mentioned before, the Invincible season. But the almost invincible team of 91 doesn't really get the recognition they deserve. When you look back at it, won the league the way we did. Broke the record for most clean sheets, best defensive record in this thing, one defeat all season, most goals in the league for the club. And it doesn't really get it. They really don't get no recognition whatsoever, unless the players that were in that 91 team speak about it on their social medias and all that. It doesn't really get mentioned. The club don't do nothing to celebrate them that season. And I just find it bizarre. I don't get why. I honestly don't get why. Because that 91 team, if you look at it, that was a great side. A great side that ended once and for all the Liverpool stronghold that it had in domestically over everyone. 8-9 was the start of it, but we fully sealed them off for 30 years then, from the 91 season. Sorry, just going back from the chat. Sorry, one sec. Got Russ in the chat as well. Big up Russ. Cunning stunts is back. After not seeing you for a while, you're now hearing more regularly than ever. I remember that 89 night very well, mate. Again, as I said, I was sick, so I just know from the books growing up and now the DVDs and all this, that, and the other. Again, I've even said the 98 team was the best he ever played against. Because I say the perfect balance of the physical side of Arsenal that Wenger inherited, and the side of Arsenal that we've gone to admire under Wenger in the attacking sense. Ow, my head. Why making me feel old? Mate, if I'm making you feel old, imagine how I make myself feel. And I'm fucking talking about when I was 11, going on 12. Oh, my head. I was 26 when Arsenal won at Anfield. Bloody hell. Sorry, Mr. Bongo, I made you feel old. Every kick, my leg was in plaster after I put. Oh, bloody hell, bike. Jesus Christ. Collins saying my favourite was, again, like I said, the 0102 season at Old Trafford. Yeah, and I think pretty similar to probably similar reasons to why Craig picked 89, because obviously 89 Liverpool, only team that could stop us winning that league title would be Liverpool. No one else would have got near us, like overtaken us in the league and all that. And for the 0102 season, again, it's at their place. Second to last game of the season. All we needed to do was draw, and the title was ours. But no, we went out there, went out purposely to win. We just won the FA Cup 3 days prior. We wanted to really not just get the title, but win the game itself, and really rub it into the Old Trafford faithful as well as the players. And we did it. How many goals will Holland score in all competitions? This guy is a cheat code. Oh my god! How long have you got? How long have you got on Hart? Jesus Christ! Well, this is. I said this. I think I said this the other night. If Haaland was to get, because Haaland's got an injury record, yeah. Ever since he's been a fully professional player at Salzburg and then going into Dortmund, was it Salzburg? I think it was. Going in from Red Bull, basically a Red Bull team to Dortmund, and from Dortmund to now City. Every season he gets an injury, a big injury, takes him out for 2 to 3 months. And obviously Dortmund struggled with that massively because, apart from Jude Bellingham, they've got fuck all else at the time. So the only way he can stop Haaland is if he was to get an injury, be it in training or in a match, obviously. Because World Cup, he ain't going to go to World Cup because he didn't qualify. But the only way you stop him at the moment is if he gets a 2-3 month period he is out injured. But that's it. And maybe you'll see how City adapt to that then, because they've adapted to gone from one extreme play without a striker for a couple of years and playing the false 9 to bringing in and out that striker in Haaland and adapting to him. Would they be able to adapt back? You'd think so, but at the same time, you never know. But hypothetically speaking, if he was to have an injury-free season this season, in all competitions, as you say, injury-free season, plays pretty much every single game. What was he on? 15 league already. Fucking hell, imagine. There's a potential if he continues on this. If his form doesn't drop off either, in terms of he's guaranteed at least a goal between now and the end of the season in the league itself, not including all competitions for a second. You've got to be looking at in terms of the league itself. you could be looking around 35 to 40 plus league goals. The way things have been going for him so far this season. So again, you're assuming he doesn't get injured. He plays every single league game. And that's just the league alone. In terms of all competition, you could be looking around 60 plus. Could quite easily, again, if he continues on this trajectory of scoring goals for fun, even if it's one goal, the other game where he scores only one goal. If he stays injury free, there's a potential of that happening. Do you think Man City will do the invincible season? No. I just constantly, I don't see him. Again, it goes to prove how, no matter what the media and all the pundits and all these fucking football fans of other teams say, and now they're on their respective channels and all that, and platforms, it just goes to show how difficult going unbeaten for a football season, no matter what league you're in, especially in the Premier League, how difficult it is, and we achieved it. That Chelsea, who had all under the previous ownership, they had all the money in the world. They couldn't do it. Liverpool came close. Liverpool came closest. They're the ones that, if I'm being honest, when Liverpool won the league title, before they played that game against Watford, about 2 weeks prior, I remember speaking to my brother about it, and I conceded. I genuinely conceded to it, and because up to that point, I was like, no, they're going to fall at some point, and they didn't. And as I say, 2 weeks before they went to play Watford away, I just went, you know what? I believe it's going to happen now. I can't see where they're going to drop points in terms of losing. I know they had to play us still. This is before, obviously, again, this is all before COVID actually came to the UK and done what he did and put us into not just a national lockdown, a global lockdown and pandemic and all that. But I just couldn't see at that time, not knowing what was coming, obviously, us being able to beat them, even though we did. Couldn't see that happening. And the thing is, that would have been the game to get into 50th as well, if they'd been beaten up to that point in the normal circumstances. They had to play Man City, who had been below par all season and miles off Liverpool. Miles off them. Ow, my head. And then, there's nothing telling me that they were going to lose. And then, obviously, say 2 weeks later, after I finally yielded and went, yeah, you know what, they're going to break up. They're not just going to break our unbeaten record. They're going to do the invincible season themselves. They went to Watford away and got pumped 3-1. I was like, the sigh of relief at that full-time whistle was just something. It was something else, and I thank fuck, because again, it showed how difficult being a team that's going for the invincible season, how difficult an unbeaten season, how difficult it is, and people would never give it the respect it needs to be given. Period, because they are what they are. And if I don't see it at this moment in time. I do not see Man City going unbeaten this season. And again, if I'm right again, that goes to prove how difficult what we did was, and how much more respect it deserves than what it does get nowadays. Look, it is what it is on that side of things. But I do honestly, they are, for how great they are going forward, especially with Haaland in the attack. Look at the teams they've played so far. Of course, they're going to fucking win the games they've won. But they are gettable. Defensively, they are gettable. And I think at this specific moment in time, There's only one team. There's only one team now that can get at their defence and punish them and be solid at the back as well. Ish, because it is Ireland after all. And that's us at the moment. At this moment in time, we're the only at this moment in time, based on form and performances this season so far, we're the only team that could possibly have any chance of stopping them from going unbeaten this season. There will be another team will pop up along. That probably pop up. There will be a team that I know wouldn't expect that will beat them. But I'm saying at the big guns, with that's the big six or whatever they call it, we're the only ones that seem equipped enough to really push City and actually say, no, we're going to take points off you actually and beat you. But hey, it is what it is on that. That's the same. 89 will never be repeated. Two teams playing each other on the last day of the season. Winner wins the title. Man City Aguero moment becomes mute. Oh, exactly. No matter what the Sky and the Premier League in general tried to hype up the Aguero moment, by the way, overhype it to the point of it trying to be the greatest moment in English football history. You'll never ever get the moment of 89 again. As that says on the screen here, the top first versus second, last game of the season. Winner takes all. We have to win by 2 clear goals. They win. They obviously the first thing about the win guarantees in the title mathematically. And it's on their turf. We have to go there and win by 2 clear. As I say, winner takes all to win the league. You're never, ever, ever, ever gonna see that in Premier League. Haven't seen it yet. You never will see it. Which makes Anfield 89 that more special as an Arsenal fan, even if you were even not born at that time. You're born years later, or you're not old enough to at that time to acknowledge what was going on, basically. Yeah, that's in all competitions. 20th in all comps, not in the league. In all comps, he's got 14 or 15 in the league? Oh, it is what it is, though. Got to find this card. Seriously, what card do you want about, Stefan? The Arsenal Misfit says, "Ryan, at 33, you're in your prime as a keeper." Yeah, but in my physical shape as it is at the moment, compared to a football Premier League athlete, so-called goalkeeper, I'm not. If I was in the fitness levels of a Premier League goalkeeper, 100% wouldn't be saying what I said before. But yeah, and as I say, I still, even in my current shape, so to say, I would give Danny Ward a run for his money. I'd absolutely fucking trounce Danny Ward as a goalkeeper in the Premier League. City will no doubt win the league. I've said it a million times. You got all these fucking YouTubers like Roy Jennings and all that. Oh, why can't Arsenal see themselves as title challengers? Because we know that's yeah. We could maybe at this moment in time we are a team that can probably looks like we're going to challenge Tottenham and push them. But at some point, City will walk away in first. In terms of they will end the season come April, May, they will become league champions again. And it is what that is. What they should. The money they spend, they should be. If we're being brutally honest here. As much as I'd love to see Arsenal win the league, I think we are at least a year out from being in that conversation. If we can obviously have that conversation this season, that a year in advance, fantastic in terms of competing for it. In terms of winning it, I think maybe a year to 2 years out, maybe, give or take, depends on the situation with Pep and Klopp going forward. But I do say that in terms of the top teams, I think we're the only team that can actually push City and actually go to them, possibly win there, and possibly beat them at our place. And as you say, there will be a team that you don't expect to beat City that will beat City. And with that, guys, we're going to wrap things up because it's obviously match today did finish about 10-15 minutes ago. They've got some bullshit on now. Something or nothing, I don't know. But yeah, I'm now going to go off and get myself some rest, set up the stream for tomorrow. As I say, I'll be going live around 4 o'clock. I need to sort out who's definitely available for tomorrow. Once I know, I'll be announced on Twitter in the morning, so pardon me. And yeah, keep an eye out for that. As I say, we're going live at 4 o'clock, half hour before kickoff, go for the teams. Any sort of doubts you may have, or anything with the nerves kicking in, etc., and get your thoughts as well. Get the score predictions in before kickoff, and then sit back and enjoy. Hopefully, touch wood, another Arsenal performance at home against Liverpool, and a hopeful another 3 points on the table. It's mad. It is mad, and it would mean that we would be 14. We could potentially be, if we win tomorrow, 14 points. It's mad. I'm sorry, it is mad to say we are 11 points clear as it is. This time tomorrow, we could be 14 points clear of Liverpool. That's crazy. But it is what it is. Yeah, night, Troy. Hope you keep him well and keep him safe and all, and everyone else in the chat as well. Thanks for coming along and keeping me sane and all that malarkey and having a chat back and forth, no matter what the conversation's been about. And thanks for Craig as well for the questions as well at the end there. Hope to see a lot more of you, mate, in the chat. And yeah, as I say, I'll see you tomorrow and see you on the other side. And as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.